The I Do Workshop 2008, the International Design Opportunity. It all started with an email in May this year. The things that caught our attention were the words Hong Kong and workshop. So we replied yes, and met up in Amsterdam to enjoy a Chinese meal with our mentor José Brouwer, who became our psychiatrist later on in the process. We got to know that the workshop was meant to be an experiment, where Dutch and Hong Kong students from hotel management and design schools would meet to work on the theme hospitality. We would spend the first 3 weeks in Hong Kong and the last 3 in Delft. At the last day of May, we left with a lot of stroopwafels in our bags and met at Schiphol Airport. In the plane we met the other Dutch students.
And then we are there, man.
And very early in the morning 3 small Chinese people were meeting us at the Hong Kong airport. And there it all began. With a jet lag, we did our first sightseeing in Hong Kong. The first day we explored Hong Kong food and some islands. We tried to get rid of our jet lag to prepare for the workshop. We got divided into 4 groups: monkeys, pigs, rabbits and roosters. We were assigned to think of new names, and along the project eventually they became Spongy Soda, Hostile, Mixed and Z. There were 6 people in each group representing 6 schools. On Monday we went to the Polytechnic University. First we presented ourselves and our school to the other participants. And while listening to the others we slowly realized in which direction this was leading us. The level of English was diverse, and so were the portfolios we got to see. We got told to experiment and go crazy. So this started with a thorough introduction in tourism statistics and logistics.
The percentage of visitors from mainland China to Hong Kong. The latest statistics based on my information from yesterday was 58.3.
With hospitality as our starting point, the goal was to look away from the clichés in hotels and restaurants and to be open for alternative solutions. So we went to visit hotels and restaurants. The food was very good. We were not inspired enough, so we visited some seminars, musea, buildings, typical Chinese attractions and lectures. For example, a lecture about the hotel as home. It was given by Gary Chang, who is traveling around the world living in hotels and making pictures of what he likes and doesn't like. And also a lecture at the Hong Kong Hospitality Design Seminar, given by Uta Brandes, about female needs in hotel services. This made some of the male audience feel like women. Among other things, we got to visit a village on mainland China, where almost everybody was painting. Copies of famous paintings were everywhere around. The Museum of Measurements was interesting, with the beautiful information folders. And we got to see the building with the thickest roof of Shenzhen as well. Our Chinese tour guide Richard inspired us.
The weather gets cool and the view gets very clear. Everywhere we see, very clear.
Each group started with defining hospitality and possible research questions. The 3 weeks were full of miscommunication. Sweat, joy, laughter, frustration, but also determination. With courage we fought for freedom against systems, teachers, heat, rainstorms, structures and the regime.
But we want to hold the line, otherwise everybody gonna collapse. Whatever you're doing can be dangerous.
Every week we presented our ideas and research questions in different media, and every week we got enough feedback.
To kind of parallel the eyesight to the bodily sensory touch.
As a motivation we got invited to the Dutch ambassador's private residence.
Why am I saying that? Because to the Dutch amongst you I would like to say that Hong Kong is first and foremost a service city.
In the evenings and weekends we explored Hong Kong, sometimes with help from our new Chinese friends. We saw the big Buddha, went hiking in the forest, checked out the food and did some shopping. And on the last night we were happy to show off our passion and talent for singing.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely place.
We flew back to Holland. It was strange to meet our Chinese friends in Delft just 1 day later. We took a walk in Delft and got told by the Chinese that we were living in a movie set. At the TU Delft we got a warm welcome with nice typical Dutch food. They gave us a lecture about Dutch design, and later on the program got followed up by other lectures and some courses how it is to be a human and how we can see our life as a painting. We got introduced to the TU Delft creativity methods. The recipe has got 3 main steps. 1. No sense. 2. Make sense. 3. Common sense. To give you an example, sky makes you think of birds, and that again could make you think of fly free, and that can be connected to open mind. We used a lot of post-its and crazy ideas came up. Except from working on our projects, we went on a few excursions. We visited the Design Academy, the Hotel Management School in Maastricht, Neeltje Jans and Kinderdijk. The Chinese students visited Rotterdam, Amsterdam, Belgium and Germany in the weekends, or they got invited home with some of us to experience Dutch hospitality. 2 weeks passed and it was time to finish our projects in a self-running presentation. The last week we worked and were happy that the end was near. With mixed feelings and special guests among the audience we presented our designs. As cream on the cake we went to a nice beach bar to have a barbecue, a dance and take pictures. In the end we are very glad we got the opportunity to participate in the workshop. It has been a challenging but nice experience. We expected a higher level of work, but we learned so much from the experience in general, about cultures, working together and different approaches in design.